Dear Igraspers, a very warm welcome to you on this week's Igraasp News Capsule. You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. Exactly like the virtues of kindness, gratitude and love. So let's get ready and always step up to filling ourselves with creativity and divine virtues. The highlights of today's news capsule are: India celebrates its 72nd Republic Day and the announcement of the Padma Shri awardees. India hands out free doses of COVID-19 vaccine to countries. Indian mathematician wins prestigious Michael and Sheila Health Prize. The United States of America rejoins the World Health Organization. Elon Musk pledges $100 million to anyone who perfects tracking of carbon emissions. Scientists count elephants from space using artificial intelligence. 7 sportspersons given Padma Shri this year. And last but not the least, our F2 segment. Let's begin with the national news segment.
On 26 January, India celebrated their 72nd Republic Day with a shortened parade, no chief guest and fewer spectators amid restrictions due to COVID-19. A 21-gun salute was presented following the unfurling of the tricolour at Rajpath in the presence of President Ram Nath Kovind and PM Narendra Modi. Earlier, PM Modi paid tribute to the martyrs by laying a wreath at the National War Memorial. A total of 32 tableaus were on display from states, union territories and different ministries. For the first time, the Rafale fighter jets were on display. And Flight Lieutenant Bhavana Kant was the first woman fighter pilot to take part in the Indian Air Force's tableau at the Republic Day parade. This was also the first time that a marching contingent from Bangladesh participated. The Padma Awards, one of the highest civilian awards of the country, are conferred in 3 categories, namely Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri. The awards are announced on the occasion of Republic Day every year. These awards are conferred by the President of India at ceremonial functions which are held at Rashtrapati Bhavan, usually around March or April every year. This year, the President has approved conferment of 119 Padma Awards, including 1 duo case. In a duo case, the award is counted as 1. The list comprises 7 Padma Vibhushans, 10 Padma Bhushans and 102 Padma Shri awards. Congratulations to all the awardees.
India has stepped up on the international stage in the fight against corona by donating more than 3.2 million doses to Nepal, Bangladesh, the Maldives and Bhutan. This is due to India housing the largest serum manufacturing company in the world, the Serum Institute of India. India has been sending out the vaccine developed by Oxford and AstraZeneca. India will also be donating the vaccine to many more countries like Seychelles, Myanmar, Mauritius, Afghanistan and Sri Lanka. This move has been applauded by several countries and even the World Health Organization.
An Indian mathematics professor from California, Nikhil Srivastava, has jointly awarded the Michael and Sheila Health Prize along with 2 others. Srivastava, along with others, were the first to solve complex math equations which others have been unable to solve for decades. The Michael and Sheila Health Prize is given every year to individuals who do innovative and creative research in the fields of computer science. The trio's work will go into better understanding the logic behind certain computer machines and will allow it to be better optimized. We here at Igraasp are extremely proud of Mr. Nikhil Srivastava and his work. Kudos to you, sir.
The USA has rejoined the World Health Organization. newly elected President Joe Biden retracted Donald Trump's decision to withdraw from the organization and has committed to the global effort to combat COVID-19. The United States of America rejoining is good news for the WHO, as they are the agency's largest funder, with being a key player in promoting global health standards on an international scale. President Biden has additionally also committed to donating any surplus vaccines to the global effort in fighting the coronavirus. This is a good thing, as we need all countries to be cooperating globally to ensure we get out of this pandemic as fast as possible.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk has promised a $100 million prize for the development of the most accurate tracker of carbon emissions. Mr. Musk, who leads some of the world's most futuristic companies, explained that while all countries are now becoming committed to reducing their carbon footprint, there aren't many ways for countries to track the amount of carbon being produced. Thus, he has committed $100 million to the company or the person that can create a device or software to accurately measure carbon emissions. So, what are you waiting for, Igraaspers? If you feel like you're interested in science and want to help our world, why not read up more about it and give it a shot?
Igraspers, did you know that there are certain plants and trees that aid in keeping an entire ecosystem alive? These plants are called keystone species. If these keystone species disappear, then entire food chains might suffer in an area. Conservationists have been attempting to track which plants help in attracting bees and butterflies to pollinate. These trees are oaks, willows, pines, as well as fruit trees like cherries, plums, and peaches. So remember, Igraspers, if you are planning to plant a tree, try and make it one of these so you help your ecosystem flourish.
Over the last century, the population of African elephants has plummeted due to poaching, retaliatory killing from crop raiding, and habitat fragmentation. In order to conserve the species, it is important for scientists to track elephant populations. Therefore, scientists are now using very high-resolution satellite imagery to count and detect wildlife species like African elephants. Before researchers developed this new technique, the most common survey methods to keep a check on elephant populations involved aerial counts from manned aircraft. However, this method did not deliver accurate results. Interesting to learn in how many ways technology helps us.
Elon Musk's SpaceX created a new world record by launching 143 satellites on a single rocket last week. SpaceX has beaten the Indian Space Agency ISRO's record of deploying 104 satellites in a single launch in February 2017. The launch vehicle for the SpaceX record-breaking flight was called the Falcon 9 rocket. SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket left the surface from the Space Launch Complex at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida and carried 143 satellites of all shapes and sizes, including the commercial and government CubeSats, Microsats, and 10 Starlink satellites. With all these satellites, SpaceX aims to provide near global broadband internet coverage all over the world by 2021. Amazing, isn't it?
This year, there were 7 sportspersons who've been given the Padma Shris. They include the basketballer P. Anitha, legendary Indian TT player Muma Das, Anshu Jamsengpa for mountaineering, Sudha Singh for athletics, the wrestler Virender Singh, the para-athlete K.Y. Venkatesh, and finally the athletics coach Madhavan Nambiar. We wish all the award winners a hearty congratulations for stepping up and making the country proud in their respective sports. India's budget is all set to be announced next month. And every year, the government follows a sweet tradition. A halwa ceremony is hosted by the finance minister before the final budget is announced. The event is attended by everyone in the budget division. Do you remember, Igraaspers? The budget is basically how the government plans to spend money in the coming fiscal year. The preparation process of this takes 10 days and nearly 100 different officials are consulted or involved. Did you know that this entire process is supposed to happen in secret? So much so that the officials involved are not allowed to use mobile phones during the time period.
The word of the week is doom scrolling, which means obsessive checking for news updates, especially on social media with the expectation that the news will be bad. Stop doom scrolling, said the teacher. Try to find solutions to problems instead.
As per tradition, every incoming US president gets to redecorate the Oval Office. The Oval Office is the primary place of work for the president and is visited by the most powerful people in the world. President Joe Biden has revamped the office, replacing military flags with American flags, and included family photos. A moon rock from the Apollo 17 mission has also been put in the office.
The riddle of the week is, what has a head and a tail but no body? You are right, it's a coin.
32 children from 32 districts of 21 states and union territories have been awarded the Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar this year for their exceptional abilities and outstanding accomplishments in the field of innovation, scholastics, sports, arts, culture, social service and bravery. President Ramnath Kovind said, "I am hopeful that Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar 2021 would not only motivate the winners but will also encourage millions of other young children to dream, aspire and stretch their limits."
Can you guess who? This television host and anchor has been the richest African American female multi-billionaire philanthropist in America. At the age of 19, she became the youngest African American female news anchor. This queen of all media aired her immensely popular talk show for 25 years, from 1986 to 2011. Yes, you got it right. It is Oprah Gail Winfrey. Did you know that despite coming from a poor family, Oprah worked hard and focused to build a net worth of USD 2.6 billion?
Did you know that the world's longest mountain chain is actually underwater? Known as the Mid-Ocean Ridge, this range spans 40,389 miles. This seafloor mountain system is formed by moving tectonic plates.
Quiz time! Which is the longest above water range of mountains? Send your answers to contact us at igraasp.com. Answer for the last week's quiz. A group of dragonflies is called a swarm. This certificate of appreciation is presented to Sanvi Hura of the Shri Ram School, Aravali, for successfully participating in the weekly quiz on India's leading news capsule for tweens, Igraasp.
Dear Igraaspers, this week let's look at the life of Donald Zinkoff, otherwise known as the Loser. Donald is a clumsy but enthusiastic kid as he progresses from grades 1 to 5. Instances occur because of which his friends begin to avoid him. He becomes the laughingstock of all and eventually gets totally ignored. However, the story changes when after an incident, everyone suddenly realizes that indeed he has a heart of gold. He gains the acceptance of his fellow students and things begin to change. Read this heartwarming novel and share your feedback on contact us at igraasp.com.
This brings us to the end of our news capsule. If we all can do one act of kindness daily, we will surely set the world in the right direction. Until we meet again, throw kindness around like confetti and see the world smile with you. See you next week. Bye bye.